Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Amit Dhakad AI. If we, so in this last video we saw the polymorphism. In this video we will see the encapsulation. So what is the encapsulation and why we needed this? Encapsulation like when we bundle or wrap our data or code into the single unit. So we will like unauthorized and accidental modification we cannot perform that. So what it means like we have capsule like so inside capsule we have medicines in the plastic capsule. So we cannot see what is actually inside that. We simply take that medicine. Okay. So wrapping data into code into single unit to protect the internal state from unauthorized accidental modification. And what is the encapsulation? Encapsulation is the practice of bundling variable and methods function that add the data with a single unit class. It allows involving restricted access to some of objects component. So like if we have employee class, okay, or bank class. So inside bank we have customer, right? So inside customer we have balance. So the balance we are having that is like we need to restrict outside of that class. So other person cannot access directly that class and make a modification or add or delete the amount. Okay. So this is the same example of medical capsules. All the medicine chemical data are enclosed inside the plastic cell. So you don't interact with the powder directly. You just swallow the capsule and this cell protects the medicine and its seal. So what we have access modifiers in the Python that we use to perform these encapsulations. So Python doesn't have a strict private or public keyword like Java. Instead, it uses naming conventions to signal it. If we directly use like without anything like var or without where we define the variables like we did in the last videos, no underscore, right? So it will accessible from anywhere. If we are use one underscore like underscore where or underscore any name, so it will access within class and in subclass. Okay, the concept of class and subclass that will be in inheritance section in the next video. Okay, and the underscore where, so here we have double underscore that will be private, so we cannot access this outside of the class. So this is will be accessible in the class. So if we need to uh, like get the value of that variable is outside of the class. For that, you need to create the getter and setter function before. So it will return the value for that one, and if you want to set, it will return the value. Set the value inside that. So you can see here we have bank name, and here is we have single underscore branch and underscore vol. Okay, so this is public. If we create bank account and if we use print.access bank name, you can see it's printing and print access dot underscore branch. Still, it will print because we it will be accessible in class and subclass. Okay, and this you can see private. So access dot branch, and if we uncomment this line, we will get error here. Bank object has no attribute because it is not visible to outside of the class. But if we have here one function, like if I define one function here, def get underscore volt, right? So return save dot underscore and here I will comment this, and here I will print and acc dot get underscore volt. And if I run this one, you can see we are getting the value. This is the get, we call the getter function because it returning the value. So but if we are trying to get the value directly, so it will not allow, it will throw the error because outside it don't know like we have this variable involved inside this class. This is the public, private, and protected keywords how you can create. So this is bundled together, right? The function, sorry, the value, vault, and the function. These are bundled together inside the class. So when we need to access this vault, you need to call this function. Similarly, you can create def and set vault. Okay, and this will set the value. So this is how we can create the setter like access the value of the private variable. So before like here getting the value is fine, but if you want to set here, and this is number we are adding, and we need to add some uh, restriction like the string value cannot add in the word. If I in someone try to by mistake save the ABC, right? Like if I create this variable also public and someone by mistake save the string in this one, so that would be wrong, right? So we need some validation for this one, and we need to set her, and we can add validation inside that. And here is the name Mangling. When you use double underscore Python perform name Mangling, it internally rename the variable to the underscore class name underscore variable name to prevent naming collision inheritance. So you can use like this. If I have this one, and if I and comment this one, so what it is saying, by the axis underscore bank underscore underscore wall, right? So we are calling this. If I add here underscore bank, okay, this one. If I run this one, so you can see it is print. It will print. Okay. So if we say this is a private, but how we can access this? So this is changing the name, and like what variable and what is the name of this one, because but the other person don't know right the name, so they cannot access like this. You created this one, so that's why you are able to get the Pythonic with property. Okay, so instead of writing get balance and set balance, we use the property decoder. This allowed us to use getter and setter logic while keeping the syntax simple. So this is we have employee class. So here you can see this is the property income. Okay, and next we have income dot setter income value new value it will check. So if I run this one, so how it will work, we will see in some time. So you can see it's printing the 3000, right? So how this is working? So first we are creating the constructor in it. It is taking self and salary. So you can see we are creating employee 2500. Okay. So this is object and this is class. So this will be initialized and it will set underscore salary to 2500. And this is the private variable. You can see underscore underscore, right? And next we are using property here, and we are defining function income self, and it will return self dot underscore underscore salary, right? So you can see this is function, right? And this is called income. So we are here also you can see we are defining income dot setter we are saying here, and def income same variable same function name self, but we are passing here new value. Here we are not passing. So here you can see income equals to 3. So this will use this function setter here. So what it will do, it will emp dot income 3000. So it will pass the income in this cell and the new value to the new value. So here it will check new value greater than 0, then it will reassign this salary to this one. And if we print 0, it will return the invalid salary like 0 or minus values. And next you can see print emp dot income, right? So it will return 3000. So what is the difference you are seeing here? The income, you can see this emp dot income and emp dot income. We are not calling like function. We just keep using like property. So that is what it means, like usually like a property. And this is income dot setter. It is defining this is the setter. So here also you can see we are not using parenthesis and we are not passing 3000 inside the parenthesis. Okay. Otherwise, if we don't use this property, what we have to do? We have to define function that will like get income, okay, and we need to call that using the emp dot get income, right? Similarly, we need to define set underscore income. It will set, and we need to pass set income, and we need to pass the data or shell to do that. So this is how we use the properties for income and for setter also. Okay, so this is related encapsulations, like why we use encapsulation: security, maintainability, and flexibility, and validation. You can check if the data is valid before saving, because directly user cannot assign or update the variable. So this is the encapsulation. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. Please like and subscribe and share to keep me create more contents. Please support. Thank you.